Find the music. Okay.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box,
So,
have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the
I'm getting stuff done. Can't hide no more. Feel the thunder.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Thunder.
So,
Kids were laughing in my
the masses,
while I was screaming for the masses.
who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star.
Say you're basic, say you're easy. You're always hiding in the backseat. Now I'm
Smiling in the stage where you're brilliant in the nosebleed. Thunder, 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 thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. So anyway, we got on a subject, my husband and I, about my family and their weird things like farting contests. Yes, they actually listened to farting contests from England on a record player. God damn, my family is just weird. Every year, listen to that. I don't know why it was so funny. Just farts. Thunder, super thunder. Lightning and thunder. And that's what this song is. Thunder, bring the thunder. Thunder, thunder. It reminds me when I first seen my Uncle Ken on the Queen Mary. They had tours on the Queen Mary. They still do. They got tours, and yep, that's how he met my aunt, because they used me in their demonstrations. I was the small kid. And that's how Uncle Ken met at Karen at Queen Mary.
Wer zu Lebzeit gut auf Erden, wird nach dem Tod ein Engel werden. Den Blick gen Himmel fragst du dann, warum man sie nicht sehen kann.
So, when I was a kid, our family would go all out. Every year be at somebody else's house. I don't know what they did, if they had a decision whose house it was going to be at. But the one year it was at my cousin Tara's house, and they happened to have a pool, and it also had a slide. Now, if you take a slide and it's 115 outside and you stop the water and someone is on that slide, they'll get bruises and heat, like, scratches. Because that's what my cousins did to me. The Ding Dong brothers, I had twins. They were ding dongs. Dean and Don, the Ding Dong brothers. Pain in the asses. They, thought it was funny to turn it off. My grandma and I vowed to get even with them, and we did. We made special cookies for them that gave them the shits. Only them, just them. That was our way of getting even, because they said they had the flu, but no one else in their family had it. They were the only ones. I don't know how she did it. I'm trying to figure that one out. Unless they really did have the flu and she just said, yeah, you never know. My cousins and I were not enemies. We would play really mean, practical jokes back and forth. It got to the point where they had to separate us from that, because I would plan a whole winter. Yeah, I'm going to get even with them son of a bitches. Have a plan and everything. Yeah. They said, Steph, you're liking it too much. They had to quit it. Yeah, it was good. I thought love was only through in fairy tales. And someone else, but not for me. Love was out to get me. It's life. Then I saw his face. Anyway. Now I'm a believer. Oh, it's Tupperware glasses? I'm getting them. They're only $5 Yeah. Oh, I gotta add the damn things to the cart. Okay, view cart. I'm gonna view my cart. Crap. Come on, I want them Tupperware. Yeah. It's gonna be about what, $10? Yeah, $11.37 checkout. Yes. I love it. I'm like a big kid. More plastic, piss off. Tupperware glasses. Fucking awesome. Never a trace. 'Cause out of my mind, I'm in love. Oh, I got 20. You know what? I figured I can fuck with Alexa is on my phone. I love messing with her. Yes, I'm going to get some real good stuff. I was asking, Alexa actually knows a nudist park. I'm going to check it out. I'm a believer. So, that's what I want to do. I'm not taking my clothes off. Oh, hell no. What do they say in a Polish strip joint? Put it on, put it on. My dad would have killed me for that one. You're Polish. You are very proud. Yes, Daddy.
I was toting my pack along the dusty Winnemucca road.
So,
when along came a
I
with a high canvas covered load. If you're going to Winnemucca, Mac, with me you can try.
I'm going to try some of this. This is actually, I got this. I cleaned my side of the room. So I found some little bits. And this is really like a healing. I got it from Planet 13 about 4 months ago. Yeah. So I'm going to have some in here. Okay. Oh, turn it on.
I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Manitoba, La Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tokyo, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texas, County, Monterey, Fairbanks, Santa Fe, Tallapoosa, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Oskaloosa, Tennessee, Chicopee, Spirit Lake, Grand Lake, Devils Lake, Crater Lake, Beach Lake. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
That's the desert bear, man.
I breathe the mountain there, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Louisville, Nashville, Knoxville, Omaha, Shefferville, Jacksonville, Waterville, Costa Rica, Pittsfield, Springfield, Bakersfield, Shreveport, Hackensack, Cadillac, Fond du Lac, Davenport, Idaho, Jellicoe, Argentina, Dominica, Pasadena, California. I've been everywhere.
So anyway,
I've been everywhere, man.
I'm in, known as, in my husband's side of the family, the practical joker.
I've been everywhere.
And they take my threats seriously. Not threats. I'll get ya. My mother-in-law had it where I wasn't going over to her house on the 1st of April, which is, of course, April Fool's. And what happened was her doorbell broke. So I bought a doorbell. And you know, the ones with batteries. I bought myself one too, with the same signal. Then I gave her the one. So while she's waiting for the doorbell to get fixed, I'm able to ring her doorbell from my car with my other doorbell thing. Waiting out there, ringing the doorbell. Or going up. Come back, go grocery shopping, come back, ring the doorbell. I did it all day. She called me up. I know it's you ringing the doorbell. I don't know how you're doing it. Then I figured out it's even more fun. Drive the car. My son goes, "Hey, Mom, what's this?" I go, "Oh, that was that doorbell thing. I got to take that back." Devin goes, "Really?" And he's like ringing it and people are going out the door. And I'm like, "Oh, we got a new fun game." Devin and I would drive around Detroit and he'd be ringing the doorbell. Let's take this street. Never took this one. Oh, God. The things that we did. Oh, jeez. Yeah, my kids grew up just normal with the electronic whoopee cushion. We'd throw it in a basket with, with a door, with an electronic doorbell, driving around and ringing it so people would come out. I'm like, oh no, that is good. $10? Yeah, I don't need the $10. Let's just drive around and do that. In the morning. So, my sister-in-law had wanted this song, so I put this through the genre that we have now. We actually like it. Devin and I would listen to this song, so I already had it in my song stuff on iTunes, but I didn't have it in this list. In the coconut and drinking all up with the lime in the coconut, drinking all up with the lime in the coconut, drinking all up with the lime in the coconut, smelling a woman, lime in the coconut, drinking all up. For the longest time, some people that I know think that I'm from another country, and I'm like, no, I'm from the United States. I really am. I started sitting there, my God, my family really loved British stuff, because I'm sitting there thinking, I grew up with Benny Hill and all the stuff that a British person would grow up with, I grew up with. Except my grandma was watching, my aunt was, she had married a British guy. So that was a lot of stuff coming from there. So I don't know. I never thought of myself as a person from another country, but I thought that was neat. Call me in the morning, tell me what to do. You call me in the morning and tell you what to do. Strange days have fallen. Strange days I've returned. Long to So anyway, today I ran an errand with Devin and his friend, and went back home. It was just hot. Jeez, it's like summer is upon us. Pool is a cool 85. And I got a lot of stuff done, especially when it comes to yesterday. I had to mess with the vacuum, and it's like, I don't know what it is with the kids. It can be like full, you know what I mean, like real full, and you're like, really? Oh, well, there's a little bit heavy. Little, there's like a human being in that bag. Swear. Jesus is here. Jesus is here. Jesus is here. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So, because of the fact that my doctor, I have until like it's like the 27th of this month to see a doctor. So, at the beginning of this month, which was the 2nd of July, on a Friday, I went over to Vegas so I can go over to Planned Parenthood and get birth control pills. The other doctor was an asshat. I complained of what he did to the doctor, and I showed who it was, got everything corrected. Yeah, and I got my birth control pills, a whole lot more than what I ever spent. Usually when I, used to spend money, it would be, I'd buy a year's supply, and I only bought 3 months and the doctor's visit, and that was maybe 50. It's like, it's $30 a piece, so it's 60, 70, 80, 90. So it actually wasn't that bad. No, because it was $30 a piece per, thing. I only got 3 months. Let me see. It's not that bad. I spent 130. That's not bad. And then if I'm in the area, I can go and, and just swing by and pick some up. But I'm going to show my doctor the pills so I can see if the insurance will pay for them. I'm just to that point. After I had a doctor go, well, you going to have any more kids? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, we'll just tear that sugar, take those ovaries right out. And I'm like, damn, you people just don't fuck around. Yeah, that I had an aunt and I had my grandmother who both had that done because the doctor said they would live a better life. They died within 2 years. So, yeah, I'm... And I had order new filters for these because of the fact that um, the place where I usually go to, it is expensive, so you have to order $100 worth of something to make it worth your while, or it's like kind of a lost cause. So I make sure I get enough filters to last at least a couple months or more. These ones are really cool though, because you can just pull it off. If you have another stack, is what I call it, you can just put it all over. Woohoo! God dang. Cat's just got gas today. I love this song. The beginning of it. It's just at the end you just want to, it's like it drags on. Damn. Cat. Cat. World. Another time. Age wonder. The age of wonder. Another world. Another time. Oh. So I think the most unique place that I ever lived, because I didn't grow up there, and it was in Texas. It was like outside of San Antonio. It was just weird. They always have, like, when you drive by the freeways, it don't mess with Texas. You know, I don't. It was. I think that if we had the money coming in now, we would have probably stayed in Texas. Could you imagine that? You know, I mean, I we probably would have. I could see, because I would be like, I don't want to go any further. I'm good here. We're in between, Michigan and this. We're good, We would have, I wanted to go near where Devin was working at Schlitterbahn. Where's it, Schlitterbahn? It was like something. It was like, and I wanted to go and get a place to live there. It was just a cute little place, and over in Texas, and we just didn't have the money, didn't have to go, so we went to California, and that was a whole, packing up and going. You see, he got very. We would have given him any back money that if there was, because of the fact he took the deposit and all. And my figuration was that he got what he deserved. And what was funny is he never got any of the money that he asked for. Yeah, that actually went where it wasn't disputed or nothing was done. It just disappeared because it was on our credit report for the longest time. It stopped us from getting credit cards and all that stuff. So once it got off our credit report, my dad helped us. He had a credit card that was $10,000. He had some small stuff on it, took it off, added me on, added Paul on, and then we spent a certain amount each month and paid it off each month. And we started getting our credit score up. That's how we went, and instead of spending a year and a half getting it up, because we had no credit score. It'd be like a high schooler just getting credit, buying a car and all that stuff. Well, that's how we were. So here it was, we're getting credit so we can buy a house. We couldn't buy a fab house or anything. So what happened was we went and bought this house. I love the property. We do get the drug traffic and all, but it's not as bad as it was. I don't know if it's just I'm not toning into it, but it seems like there's the same cars that come in, the same cars that buy that stuff, and it's not like extra cars, you know what I mean? It's not like 10 extra a day or something. So it's, So anyway, I went and could not believe it, Yeah. Cleaned up my side of the room. Yeah, we started that. No one cleans. No. Yeah, my husband did that once. Don't play with my things. I'm not going to tell you what that is. No. Yeah. And it did get that way where he's asking, hey, what's that for? You don't remember what we did last night? Okay. We'll play again. No. He cleaned my room, my side of the room once, and it took me 6 months to a year or longer to find some of the stuff. And I got really mad, and I said, you can't do that, because a lot of this stuff, back then, it wasn't like, okay, I can go and buy another thing. I really wanted these things, and it took a long time to find. I had these special filters, for the cigarette that I was using. It was an electronic one, and he lost those. It was like a month later we find them. I'm like, really? Lord. Lord. Well, I heard a while back that Ted Nugent's son, Rocco, he's around Devin's age, is a vegan. That is just hilarious. He's a big time hunter, and he was big in the 80s, some in the 90s, and he hasn't really done anything. He moved down to Michigan. My husband was more connected to Ted Nugent than myself, so. Wow, looks like Casey's probably busy today. So how is everyone's day gone? Pretty good? When I was a little kid, all my friends sprouted. You know, they got their boobs and you name it. Yeah. I'm telling my grandma, you know, that I'm upset with God because God has a bad timing with me. I said to her that I'm built like a boy, Grandma. She goes, well, what do you mean? I go, well, you know, I don't have no boobs. I'm straight, you know, I don't got no curves. I got nothing, Grandma. I said, you know, you would think that I would get, I remember saying this, and I said this in front of my grandfather. I said, Grandma, if I could just get 10% of your boobs, I'd be set. My grandmother must have just left in heaven. I was a B cup when I first married. I gave birth to Devin. It became a C cup. I breastfed. And then 10 years later, I had Natasha. I breastfed. I had a D cup. I'm done having children. Hey, Casey. Your eyes, like me, your eyes. So I'm telling my grandma this, you know. So after I had Natasha, I was a D cup. When I was pregnant with her and after I gave birth, they were enormous. They were literally E. I was into an E. I was like, holy cantanole. They were big. And what is neat, just the way some people's bodies are, they didn't. Cat. It wasn't me. Cat. They went back in shape. Now, they weren't that big with Devin, but God, they were huge with my daughter. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So when it came to thinking about having any more kids, I was like, no. So when I was talking with the doctor over at, this is, mind you, you know, it's Planned Parenthood, and I'm telling them, look, you know, I went to a doctor, he wanted to give me, take everything out because he said it would make my life so much easier. Like it's a magical thing. So I tell her all this and tell her the doctor and the name, address, the whole 9 yards. And she says, any doctor that refuses you any birth control because you will not go for an operation is not right. And I go, oh, I know that. I really do. And then it was more or less, she says, if you're still having periods, you can get pregnant. And I go, oh, I know that too. And that's why I'm wondering, why would he not give me what I came there for? So that's why I had to go to Planned Parenthood and get my pills. You're good, Casey. We could play that game too. Guess how old he is. I can have him come over here and you can guess how old he is. Smart ass. How old is Devin? 12. Well, you don't miss a beat, do you, Casey? I'm not going to say. You know how old I am. Way to get quiet. Huh. Oh. It just took a... I am getting high. Oh, I found this great shit. It's from Plant 13 a while back. Woohoo. It's like kind of slickery. Throw me in designer sheets, I never had enough. My dad married this woman that had the ugliest body, seriously, that I've ever seen. When you become morbidly obese, and you've seen this in shows, and their bodies hang off the skin, and that's how her body looked. And they found out how much it would cost to, procure it, and how long she had. Back then, you had to have your weight loss for over 6 months because of all the things that you had to worry about. And the one thing you really worried about was, it was, a lot of the vessels, blood vessels. So they just wanted to make sure things were all set. So when you lose weight, it takes a year for your blood vessels to pop off the, fat cells. That's the reason why. Oh, I'm sorry. I won't talk about that no more. Yeah, she was something. Well, anyway, my dad was married to her for a long time. It was up there with my mom. And finally, she uh, wanted to send my brother and me off to a work camp. Back then, they had this one place in Arizona. It was a work camp. And I don't know if you remember that. It was like in Arizona. It was like not a good place. Anyway, she wanted to send us off there. My dad said, "You married me and the kids. It was a package deal, you know?" And she's like, "No, I don't think so." And because she didn't get her way, she ended up divorcing my dad, which was cool. It was a lot of things that, she, pretty much just, you know, just caused us problems. Well, finally, when she got her money and she got her house and everything was separated and it was all the stuff, she wanted to date my dad. My dad's like, "Oh, hell and no." Now she's not only, she gained her weight back. So remember that extra skin got filled in. Trust me. Just yeah. Yeah, she was she was really, really mean. Yeah, we went to therapy because of that. It was like really bad. Well, anyway, when more or less she found out my dad got remarried, my dad said, "Don't tell her." I said, "You need to tell her, because if you don't tell her, she's going to be real pissed when she finds out. She's trying to romance you." And, she was like, oh, how big would I say? She was like one of those, yeah, you're the big. Well, anyway, she was trying to romance my dad, and my dad's like, so finally, she found out and she tried to cause my dad all kinds of problems and stuff. And I had to help out, and all kinds of stuff. And this is me living on my own. I had my own, my own life, my own husband. Devin was little. And then, thankfully, she, you know, not long late after that, she passed away. Her body just shut down. But I am getting real high off this stuff. And it's like not real high THC. It's like a healing thing. I was like, real good price. I think it was like $14 or something. It was like a half a gram a piece, so I got 2 of them. Hey. Poor Casey's going to have nightmares. I'll keep it PG, Casey. No more talking about blurbles. When I was in high school, I figured out, it's like my friend said, "Oh shit, I had just one locker in middle school each year. I get one locker, and that's all I had. And there were just these little skinny lockers. They were just itty bitty little things. And we dealt with that. We had these little itty bitty skinny lockers. And Then we went over to the high school. Big lockers. They were like this big. And I found a way to get 3 lockers. You see, some people, they don't stay and you get their locker. Like where you want it in another section. That's how I got my other 2 lockers. I used to just find the lockers that were empty and snag them, and no one ever said a thing because I was a busy student. So I had 3 lockers. And when I needed extra locker room, it was great. I used to sell those, what was it, leaf collection. You went A, B, or C? I can make it worth your while. If you wanted a leaf collection that was an A, that was $120 to $150. B was $100. C was $80. And I sold quite a bit of them. My dad's like, wow. I had to hide my money because if I put it in the bank, my dad's mean wife would take the money. So I started hiding it in all kinds of places. She hated my dolls, did not touch my dolls. That's where it went, right in their heads. No one touched the dolls. I put them up high, and it was the best bank. And when she left, I would put my money in the dolls, and she never thought nothing. All you had to do is be careful with the dust. Make sure there's dust on there. She never found that ever. And she went through my room. I had some petty cash. My petty cash was a couple bucks in quarters. I figured I can afford $2 being lost. I can't afford my whole savings being gone because she has a shopping problem. And she did. The reason why she filed for divorce is because she didn't want my father finding out. And I told him about it. He already knew. It was one of the things that they did. They shut her credit cards down, and she couldn't shop for, I think it was, my dad said that it wasn't until she bought her house, and that took her 3 years after they got divorced. So, yeah. That's not my deal. I just thought it was funny what he did to her. She had one of those fake Christmas trees. We're talking the fake ones that looked fake, the whole 9 yards. So my dad's like, I hate this fucking tree. You know what I wanted to do with this fucking tree? So he goes and he boils up the spaghetti, throws the spaghetti on the tree. So it's now, it's, wet. So wherever the spaghetti was at was where there was white spots. White spots were all on the tree. And then my dad goes, it's missing something. I come home and I have 3 friends and the mom who's got a big crush on my dad. And my dad's like with his friend, and they had my dad had stuff that was sent to the house. He called in sick, so he had like his gift baskets and everything were sent to the house. So he's eating from the gift basket. He's dressed and everything, but he's like, the tree now has about 12 beer cans on it. And I come in, my friend, her mom, and I'm like trying to look pretty cool. And my dad is on a Friday night and he's laughing and going, look what I did to Jane's tree. He was all excited. And there was that tree with spaghetti and beer cans. I will never forget that ever as long as I live. I don't care what memories go, but that one's not going. I will remember that one memory of my dad going, look, I decorated it. I found out what. And my mom, my my friend's mom just was like, oh, um, being that she had a big crush on my dad and she wanted to act like I look over at my friend looks at her mom, and I sat there and I'm like snickering. I said, I warn you. So she leaves her business card, and my dad goes, was I bad? I go, no, you're pretty good. It was only beer, Dad, He goes, well, I want to make sure I didn't do something really stupid. My dad was always pretty cool. He was a nerd. He was very shy. So I had crap learning about the opposite sex because my mom was not someone you wanted. No, that. Yeah. My boyfriends were freaked out about my mom. They couldn't believe something. It was like, before, I would go to the bathroom and I'd come back and my boyfriends would be all like, we get in the car, we going down, and my boyfriend would go, he'd pull out of his pocket like loads and loads of, yes, you got it. And enough to like, yeah, I was like, whoosh, and I'm like, Mom, quit giving them rubbers. Okay, that's just creepy. All right. Okay, my mom's just, yeah, she was volunteering at over at a doctor's office. So she would get all these like rubbers, and oh God, we'd be in a grocery store. My mom would be just like, it was like the fucking horny clown. Hi, I'm Zelda. I'm the horny clown. Would you like a prophylactic? Oh my God. My mom was something else. So that's what she did. And it was, yeah, she finally quit. It is almost that time. I will see you in the afternoon or at 9:00 tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. I know I will. I'll be filling out the information for music. I sure will. Have a cosmic evening.